Hey there, folks. Welcome to another episode of Random Thoughts while running with Dennis Powers. I'm at the beginning of a 5K trail run, about a kilometer in, and wanted to get this out so I could focus on the rest of my run. I signed up for a 50-kilometer race taking place this summer. It's called the Broken Goat up in Rossland, British Columbia. Beautiful location. But it started me thinking about being prepared. Yes, how important is being prepared for the things we do. You know, running, metaphor for life, work, all those types of things. So, yeah, when you think about preparedness and all the things you're doing and the level of work that's required in order to be prepared, in order to be successful, what does that look like? So, with this 50-kilometer run, I've run 58 kilometers in the past. I remember when I ran that was my first, what they call ultra trail run, I think. And I had all sorts of anxiety. I was so worried, and just about whether or not I could actually complete it. And I was over-prepared, I think, looking back on it, and the run. But the run was so much more enjoyable, having that level of preparedness. A year or so later, I went on a 47-kilometer run, just as much vertical, around 2,000 meters, and I was underprepared, and it was painful and uncomfortable, and while beautiful, not so enjoyable as the first one. So, with this one in mind, and being prepared, wanting to be prepared, I'm looking at, being able to do around 80 kilometers a week as I get closer to the race, in order to be able to do one run, 50 kilometers, a little more comfortably. I'm not looking to win. I'm just looking to enjoy myself. But how do we think about that in other parts of our lives? I'm smiling because I consider myself a pretty good Boy Scout. Every time my family and I go camping, I pack more than what's necessary. Day trips, traveling, all of that kind of stuff. You never know what might come up, and I want to be prepared. I hadn't really thought about what that looks like for running until having those, two past experiences. And I'm thinking about it in terms of work as well, It's sales and marketing, which I'll be talking a lot about. It's my work, it's my passion, it's what I think a lot about. Balancing all the other things, of course. And for sales, there's targets that need to be hit, and we've got some baseline metrics of what that would look like. But do I just do what's required, Or is it better to do more than is required in order to better ensure that those targets are met, those quotas are met? Same with marketing. There's some activity based on data, holistic, everything from top of the funnel, digital ads, social media, blog posts, all of those types of things, e-newsletters, email marketing, and middle of the funnel, websites, engagement, bottom of the funnel, conversion, inbound leads. There's some activity that is based on data. It's sort of predetermined in order to hit some targets. But, there again, it's probably a good idea to be thinking about doing more than what's necessary if there's a particular target to be hit. So, if the trails allow for it, no snow on the trails, like what I'm experiencing today. I can see a little bit of the white stuff around the edges from the snow we had earlier. I'm going to be, out here maintaining, doing some road running as well, training other parts of my body, and eventually working my way up to be more than prepared and enjoy myself on this run, and thinking about how that translates to other parts of my life. All right, have fun out there, people.